Hi guys, I hope you had a wonderful weekend. We are going to do a quick video. We're going to do the same stuff tomorrow, so if we don't understand, don't worry. I'll explain it all again tomorrow. We're just going to do one page of notes. We're going to talk a little bit about length, perimeter, and area ratios. This is our second standard, second and last. We did our last standard first, and then we just worked on our first standard, and now we're on our second standard. So we are going to look at these two boxes and think back to special right triangles. We talked about special right triangles and set up different proportions to find your side lengths. So that's what we're going to do here. We're going to do small to big equals small to big. And now we cross multiply, so we get 5x equals 24, which then x equals, I think it's 4, let's do 24 divided by 5 is 4.8. So x is now 4.8. So now we have our length ratio. So now we can find our areas actually. So this would be 10 inches squared, and 4.8 times 12 is going to be 57.6. So let's go over here to our ratio. So length ratio. Length ratio is one side to the other. So instead of doing our 0.8 decimals, I'm going to do 5 to 12. So our length ratio is 5 over 12. So now perimeter ratio. So let's find our perimeter. So let's find this perimeter. So we have, this is 5. Let's do a different color here. This is 5, this is 2, so my perimeter here is 5 plus 5 plus 2 plus 2. So 5 plus 5 is 10, 2 plus 2 is 4, so that's 14 inches. And then over here, this one's a little bit trickier because we have 4.8, 4.8, and 12 and 12. So that's 24 plus 4.8 plus 4.8, and that's 33.6. So then that's going to go in our perimeter ratio of 14 to 33.6. So 14 over 33.6. So I want you usually are going to keep everything in decimal form or fraction form, but just for fun, let's do 5 divided by 12 on our calculator. And we get 4.16667, and it goes on forever. Now let's do 14.33.6, and actually do this with me so you can see on your calculator what it is. 1667. So it's the exact same thing. So these two length and perimeter ratios are equal. Think about it in units. When you're talking about length, we just have inches, we just have feet, we just have centimeters. When we have perimeter, you still have inches, centimeters, feet. We just have units. Now, what do we do when we find area? What are my units? Units squared, right? So, our area is 10 over 57.6. 10 over 57.6. Now let's do that on our calculators. Alright, so we have our calculators out, and we're going to do 10 divided by 57.6. We get some crazy numbers here, but that's okay. 0.1736. So just to show what we're doing here, I want you to take 5 divided by 12 And I want you to do that in your calculator, 5 divided by 12, and push enter. And then I want you to square that answer. So basically you are going to take 0.4167, square it, and you should get this. So how these two, to get down here, you are going to take your ratio, your A over B, and you are going to square that ratio, which that should make sense because we're dealing with area. Area is units squared. So let's do, this is our theorem. So if we have A over B, because that's our A and B right here, okay? Then your area ratio is going to be A squared over B squared. So that's how we find. Now remember, our length and perimeter are the same, and then we find our area ratio. So let's do this one right here. And I'm not gonna worry about A and B. I want to know this. So let's look at our length ratio. So I want shaded to unshaded. So if I look at shaded, my length is 9, and my other length is 6. Now, I'm not going to be picky. We can simplify that down to 3 over 2 if you want, or you can leave it as 9 over 6. I'm not going to worry about that. Now remember, these two are equal. So my perimeter ratio is 9 over 6, or you can simplify as 3 over 2. Okay? So I didn't have to solve for anything. Okay? It's all the same. Now my area ratio, I'm going to take my length or perimeter, and I'm going to square it. So I'm going to take 3 squared over, whoops. Oh no, what did I do? I don't remember. I don't know what I did. Alright, so let's do 9 over 6 equals 3 over 2, and I have 3 over 2, and then I take my 3 squared divided by 2 squared, which is 9 over 4. So that is my area ratio. These are my length and perimeter. That's it. That's all we're learning. These two are equal. To get over here, we are going to square your ratio. Okay? Now what do you think we're going to do if we go backwards? It's going to be square root. Okay, so the square root of 9 is 3, square root of 4 is 2. So going towards area, we square it. Going from area is square root. Alright, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Work hard on your day 6 worksheet, and I will see you tomorrow.